Shabbat Shalom. So when I was becoming a rabbi, and I was going through all the different parts of study and absorbing the practice, so my father, who's also a rabbi, used to tell me the story of one of his teachers, Rabbi Shlomo Karlebach, for a while, that whenever Reb Shlomo, who also was a composer of many of the melodies we use in our services, when he used to go around, wherever he went, he would carry a holy book with him. If he was in a dentist's office, there was his book, he'd take it out. If he was in the doctor's office, there was a book. He would take the book out and he starts reading. If he was on public transportation, he would take the book out. And then there were different books, different moments, and it wasn't always only about the content, but he just liked the feeling of carrying around something part of a tradition with him. It made him feel like he was close to it. And it created almost like a flow that went with him all day long of remembering what it was all about, a positivity in his mind and heart. And he always had something to talk about. If he met somebody, hey, you know, I just read over here. And he'd start to share what he had in this book with other people. So in the Torah portion that we'll be reading tomorrow, this week, we read all kinds of commandments, and Elizabeth will be talking about it tomorrow on the service, but all kinds of life. But there's one commandment, small little section, it's all about the commandment of what a Jewish king is supposed to be like. And so a Jewish king should be humble, it says, and only have some horses and not too many wives, and not amass too much fortune, and the words of the Parsha. But they should also have a copy of the Torah near them. And first it says, well, you should have a copy of the Torah near the throne, right? Presumably, so while leading the nation, they could draw on it. But then it also adds that the Torah shall be with him, and he shall read from it all the days of his life, so that he may learn to revere his God Adonai, to observe faithfully every work of his teaching. And so Rashi, the French commentator, says, well, he must have had two Torahs, one which he kept him by the throne, and another one, maybe like our own smaller one, which he always had with him, and he took with him wherever he went. Whether the king had an in-person meeting or a Zoom meeting, he always had the Torah with him. And so this was the law, to always keep the Torah with him. And so it was to be able to read a little bit here and there, but it was also just like the book. It was about to be reminded what it was about, what's important in life. And as a ruler, to remember what's the most important thing. And it influenced him with presents. And there's the word for a copy of the Torah in the Torah says is Mishneh. And some of the commentators say, well, Mishneh means to speak, to utter. So it's almost, by having it near him, it's almost as if it was uttering, as if he was uttering it all the time, always there, the way we do when we say the Amidah, our lips just move. And as we say, the Torah shouldn't depart from our lips all the days and nights of our lives. And so not all of us are going to walk around like Rabbi Shlomo with a copy of a Talmud with us. But we can keep a book that's inspiring to us and consciously take it around with us where we go. So actually our new website, which will be launching in Rosh Hashanah, right after Rosh Hashanah or right around there, we have a new section that will be called the Inspiration Blog. Well, there will be little pieces of inspiration from myself, the cantor, and David Schwartz, and any other guests who want to contribute. Because we should all try and always keep our minds in that place. And some people put quotes all around their houses to try and remind themselves. And in the religious Jewish world, people carry little books of Psalms. But even a Magen David, right? Even a Star of David that you put around your neck. What's it for? It's to remind yourself of your, I am Jewish, of your tradition, both to yourself and to the outside world. And it creates a constant presence. You put it on in the morning, you take it off, and it symbolizes devotion, and it symbolizes putting your mind and your heart where you want them to be. Because there's so many things in the world that draw you to somewhere else. So Elizabeth, I think you're someone who has that kind of devotion and understanding what it means to constantly bring something like that into your life and into our lives thereby, and to make it a regular presence. And I can imagine you keeping a Torah with you wherever you go. Sounds good. We should all be carrying the Torah with us wherever we go. And the Torah, the presence, the teachings, keeping it in our mind, and then it really has that power. That's when it has the power to transform our lives, and by doing so, transform our world. Shabbat Shalom.